Good morning, students. How are you all? I wish all of you are good at home. Students, today in our class we will discuss about formulas in MS Excel. Formula are the bread and butter of worksheet. It means a worksheet is nothing without a formula, because Excel or spreadsheet is used for the calculation, and for calculation we need formula. What is formula? Formula is an equation that performs a calculation and has a special format. Without formula, our worksheet will be just a simple tabular representation of data. So in this video we will see how we can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication and division with the help of a formula, and we will also discuss about the cell reference. First of all, we will see the various elements of formula. First one is the mathematical operators. So operators are the symbols with the help of which we can perform different mathematical operations. We have the plus symbol, minus symbol, multiplication, this star symbol, and for division we use forward slash. So plus, minus, multiplication, division, all these are mathematical operators. Next we have values or text. So values or text are the data on which we perform our mathematical operations. Next we have cell references. Cell references are the address of the cells or the range. For example, A1, C12, these are the address of the cell. C is the column name and 12 is the row number. Okay. Similarly, we can use range also. And last we have the worksheet functions. So we have many functions in Excel. For example, count, sum, average. These are the functions which are already available in Excel. And we also use parentheses with these functions. These brackets are called parentheses. Okay. So formulas are placed into cells whenever we want Excel to add, subtract, multiply, divide, or do some other mathematical calculations. The formula can be placed in a cell where the result of the calculation is to be appear. Many formula look very much like we write them on the paper, with the exception of the location of the equal sign. For example, if we want to add the content of the cells D2, D3 and D4, and we want a result in the cell D5, therefore in cell D5 we will write equal to D2 plus D3 plus D4. It means in cell D5 we will get the result, means addition of these three cells with writing this formula. So by writing this formula we can perform the addition of D2, D3 and D4 in cell D5. Okay. Now we will do the practical of the same. So here I have a Excel sheet sheet 1. So I have written some sale record here. Items: pizza, burger and fries, and these are the days of the week, and this data show the sale of the various items on different days. Now here in this column total sale, I want to perform the addition of this data, means total sale of the pizza from Monday to Saturday. Now we will write the formula in this cell. Formula always started with equal to sign. Now after selecting this cell, we can write the formula here, and we can also write the formula in the formula bar here. So I am writing here equal to sign. I want to perform the sum of these values, so I will select one by one these cells. Now when I clicked here, you can see F7. F7 is the address of this cell. This is column F and row number is 7. Now plus sign. Now I will select this cell G7. So for this data, the row number will remain the same, 7, only their column numbers are changing. Plus sign. After that this one H7 plus I7 plus this one. In last, select this cell K7. After writing the formula, press the enter key to get the result. So here you can see 171. So 171 has come after the addition of all these values. So when I click here, you can see the formula in the formula bar and the result of the formula in this cell. Now we don't have the need to write the formula here to add these values. We will just click here, and from the fill handle we will drag this downward. In this way, drag here, and we will get the same formula here in these cells. But here you can see the difference. Here we are adding the values of F7, G7, H7, but for this formula there is F8, G8, H8, and here F9, G9, this one up to K9. This is called reference. This is called reference here, and the reference is our relative reference, because when we copy the formula for the different cells, it automatically change the cell address for that particular row or column. Once again, see here we are performing the addition of different values which are in the row number 7. Here we are performing the addition of values which are in row number 8, and here for row number 9. Okay, we have also inbuilt AutoSum function to perform the addition of numbers. Okay, for this we will select this range. This is our range. When we have more than one continuous cell, so that continuous cells are known as range. we will select the range, and here is the inbuilt formula auto sum. Click here and we are getting 108. So I will maximize it. Again select this range and click on the auto sum 106. Okay, we can also drag here to get the addition of these values. Just click here and from this fill handle drag. So in this way we can perform the addition operation. Okay, if we want the subtraction of the value, we will put here minus sign. So subtraction you can do yourself. Okay, and here I have some other cell record to perform multiplication. We use star for multiplication sign, star as a multiplication sign, and forward slash for division. Now here this is the quantity sold, this is the unit sold, and this will be our rate. Okay, unit sold, rate. So I have some stationery item here, pen. 10 unit of pen are sold at the rate of 10 per unit. Okay, so what will be the total amount? We will multiply this with this. So write the formula here, equal to sign. Now in spite of writing the address of the cell, we will just select the cell and the address of the cell will be automatically there, and then star, and we are going to multiply this G7 with H7. So I will select this cell and press the enter. So here you can see 12 into 10 is equal to 120. Now we will use the relative reference. For this we will drag from the corner. Now you can see this was G7 into H7. Here we have G8 into H8, and here G9 into H9. Okay, this is called range. Now I have selected all these cells, so this become a range. This is also a range. Okay, when we select, this is our horizontal range and this is our vertical range. Okay, now you have learned how we can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of values. Okay, now we will see how we can insert columns and rows in our sheet. Suppose here above this row I want to insert a row. So there are two methods. First of all, select the row and right click here, and from here select the option insert. Row is always inserted above the selection, so a row will get inserted above this selected row. So when I click here, a row will get inserted. The second method to insert a row is go to the home tab, and here in the cells group there is insert option. click on this arrow, and here insert sheet rows. So in this way we can insert rows. Now we will insert a column. Again, there are two methods to insert a column. Column is always inserted to the left of the selection. So here G is my selection. So when I will insert a column, it will get inserted to the left of the column G. So right click here, and from the context menu select insert. So you can see a column has inserted here. The second method is go to the home tab, and from the insert there is insert sheet columns. You can see when I have selected row here, then this option was enabled. Now I have selected the column, now this option is enabled, insert sheet columns. So in this way we can insert rows and columns using the home tab and also through this context menu. Okay, we can also insert cells when there is a need to do that. For this we will select this option, insert cells. Okay, click here. Now we need to shift this cell either to the down or to the right to make a space for the new cell. So I am selecting shift cells down. Okay, here now you can see all the cells has been shifted down to make a space for the new cell. Okay, now again insert cells. Now we will shift the cells to the right to make a space for the new cell. So this cell will be shifted here and a blank cell will be inserted here. Okay, so in this way we can insert new rows, new columns and even new cells in our worksheet. Students, so this was all about creating a formula and inserting rows and columns and cells in a worksheet. Go through the notes and also the chapter or the session 4th and 5th of this spreadsheet and solve the assignment. Thank you very much, student.